this port is actually pretty important. The harbor is here important because it's actually a big location for the Lobstermen's Association. I know folks from the lobster industry have weighed in with me on what we can do as a better job federally to make sure we help the people in the lobster industry, one of the most traditional fishing groups in Massachusetts. And of course, right now we were just in New Bedford, a problem where NOAA has not been helping the ground fishing industry try to get back off the ground from having fishing licenses that aren't being transferred. And even in Massachusetts, in Scituate, we've got lobstermen who are at a disadvantage right now based on current trade agreements that don't favor our lobstermen. Talking about some trade agreements, Canadian lobster are actually able to be sold to European markets at an 8% discount, which puts us at a competitive disadvantage. And so federally, we need to make sure that somebody's working down in Washington to try to right that and make better trade deals for Massachusetts and specifically for the lobstermen. And the lobstermen are also suffering from a lot of issues that affected the fishermen in general, and that is when you have years where the market is flooded, again when you have got Canadian lobster coming down here and sort of artificially trying to flood us out and hurt our fishermen. When you don't get enough money for the catch you're bringing in, it's hard to pay your deckhand, it's hard to pay for the fuel for your boat. But you have to go and work your traps because you can't just let them sit and get tangled up with the tides and all that. So you have to work your traps. But if you're not making enough money to recover the cost of operating, you're at risk of basically going under. And so we need to do more to help the lobstermen. And federally, we can put ourselves back in that advantage. I've actually gone out onto a lobster boat. Bernie Feeney, the former one-time head of Mass Lobstermen, took me out. He's from a Whitman resident, the town that I live in, and I got to work the traps, see how it's done. You measure the lobster. If they don't measure up, you throw them back, and you work hard. And it's not an easy business. You get up extremely early in the morning. You're usually out before the sun comes up, and you're back, and you're later in the day, and then you've got to get your catch out to market. Massachusetts certainly is proud of its lobstermen and women who've worked so hard for years to make us one of the industry leaders, but we also have to make sure we don't lose that industry. And so today I'm rolling out a plan on how I'm going to help fishermen across the state of Massachusetts. It's available on my website, DiehlForSenate.com. You can download it and take a look at it. And I'm going to make sure that you're going to get a U.S. Senator that puts you and your jobs first every single day, working for you every day. We've got a senior senator that says she's working for Massachusetts every day. She's flying around the country, raising money for herself to make a presidential run in 2020. That's not helping Massachusetts. I'm going to be there for you. I've actually committed to serving the full 6-year term. She actually was on a talk show a few weeks ago, asked 4 times by the host, would she serve the full 6-year term as your senator? She would not answer the question. You're going to get someone who has a track record on Beacon Hill of working every single day for my district, and it's now going to be Massachusetts that I will be putting first as your next U.S. Senator in November. So thank you very much for coming.